Alright, what's up everybody? Way too nice out today to film in the basement, but this is kind of an unplanned video, something that I thought would be kind of funny. So, apparently, your boy Basement Bodybuilding ended up on the Natty or Juice Reddit site. So, what I'm going to do today is go through all the comments, look at the posts, and just kind of get a gauge of what people think. I poked around through it a little bit, but I haven't really gone entirely through each comment. So I think it'll be funny just to kind of react to that and get my thoughts on everything. So, first off, I did want to say, with it being this nice out, it's the perfect opportunity for me to wear my new Barbell Apparel covert pants. I'll show these off real quick. Kind of the perfect weather. It's been super hot lately, but these things are sweet. I got them a couple months ago from Barbell. I've only been able to wear the shorts because it's been like 90 plus degrees and 100% humidity every single day. So, beautiful morning to be able to actually wear pants for once, which I prefer to shorts. So with that being said, let's get into it. So the post starts off saying, natty goat or fraud? So the quick answer to that is neither. Let's look through the pictures. Oh, crazy arms. Look at that. Oh, look at that cat too, Keith. You're so handsome, buddy. Gets it from me. Side chest pose. Arms looking decent. Back pose. That was when my arms were below 17 inches, actually. I think they were like 16.8 or 9 in that picture, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you can see the leanness there, the trap separation and whatnot. Definitely natural looking, to me at least. Obviously, I know I'm natural, and you guys do too, but that if this wasn't me and this was someone else, I would assume natural too. Yeah, this is old. Clearly natural in this one. Obviously, I'm natural in all of them, but noticeably less muscle mass in this than any other picture here, in my opinion. This is very old. I'm just a little bit leaner, so you know social media, you know how that works. The leaner you are, the smaller you look in real life, the bigger you might look, or the more defined you look, especially in pictures. So pictures, a lot of them are old. This is the most recent one. Crazy jacked. Can't be natural, right? No, I'm kidding. So let's look at some of these comments. I'll go one at a time here. He's around 20% body fat, and his arms are big but not lean. Lighting pump and good body fat distribution are at his favor. Guy has the genetics, work ethic, and knows his craft. Natty. I appreciate some of the compliments in there. Yes, 20% roughly. Recently, I've been above 20%. Little bit of a sneak preview here. I'm actually on a little mini cut right now. I don't think I'm above 20% anymore. Arms are big but not lean. Yeah, you could say that. Lighting pump and good body fat distribution. Yeah, I mean, it varies from the pictures. But yeah, I have a pump in... Do I have... Yeah, I have a pump in this one. No pump here. This is actually after cold weather too, so I don't know how the forearm veins were coming out. So yeah, no pump in this one. This one I'm very happy with. It is old. My arms were 17 and a half in this one, but I'm happy with how it came out. This is right when I got my camera. I think it was in December, so I was just like, I'm going to take some good pictures because I've been working with an iPhone for so long, and I was like, let's go. Look a little bit bigger than I do on an iPhone, that's for sure. Has the genetics. Hard to say. I still think it's a little bit too early to tell in some cases. Like, my arms aren't genetics. That's my arms. I genuinely think I have bad arm genetics. Aside from maybe biceps, they're pretty decent. But I certainly do not have good forearm or tricep genetics. Work ethic. Yeah, I do have the work ethic. Knows his craft. I like to think so. Next one for... Look at that name. Trend Socialist. Those are some big arms, but he's not unnaturally lean. Could be natty. Oh, could be natty. Just could. I appreciate the compliments on the arms. No such thing as unnaturally lean. Maybe to have a certain fullness when you're naturally lean, or naturally lean, I guess. A lot of guys that do get super lean, when you're natural, you do look kind of deflated. That's why I avoid that look and don't really like competing. Natty. Oh, let's go. One of the best natty lifters in the YouTube game now, who's obviously natty, but in a good way. I appreciate that, brother. Natty, come on, lighting enhances his physique in these photos. Yeah, some of them. Thank you. You can say that about every post in this sub. Yeah, I haven't poked around, but I know the fitness industry with the lighting and that kind of stuff. Could definitely be Natty, IMO, insane triceps. Whoa! Insane triceps? Not really. Maybe they look good in pictures, but my triceps really aren't. They're really not that impressive. They've come a long way, but they're definitely a genetic weak spot that I've had to work for. My biceps, not quite as much. I think my biceps are probably my dominant part of the arm. Probably one of my better muscle groups anyways, but not too lean for that size. If he's been training for a long time, it seems realistic. That's an excellent compliment and an excellent comment. I appreciate that. Natural with higher body fat. Yes. Relatively speaking, I still have a low body fat compared to the American population. I may catch strays for this one, but I think basement could be natural. Just could. Why would he catch strays for that? There's some responses. Let's take a look. Jesus Christ, what is this name? No, I think no, I know. I think you're an idiot. Is that? There's no way that's real. That is so funny. What does that make you? Oh, what is this? I'm going down a little rabbit hole, guys. I'm sorry. An asshole. Username checks out. Oh, what is this? What? Why? Just keep me on the same page. Naturally attainable, most likely attained unnaturally, with no evidence, no proof, no argument, just most likely. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. All right. Well, I don't know. It's no, nope. I disagree with that. I do think that if I had to guess, I would say basement bodybuilding is natural. His group of quote unquote natties all toil away for years with no progress, as natties do. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. Then suddenly get a big boost due to some amazing new meme. Training twice a day, bro. Lengthen partials. Really nailed the protein. Stretch-mediated hypertrophy that they endlessly talk about for hours and hours and hours to rationalize the sudden jump. I do get why so many people believe they're natty. Some people unironically believe his buddy Alex is natty too. There's a lot to unpack here. His group of natties, so I assume he means the noble natties, all toil away for years with no progress. No. Just straight up no. Obviously, I've gone through a little bit of time with no progress when I was power building. I was using the incorrect training approach, as natties do. It's just not how natural bodybuilding works. Your natural limit isn't really what people think a natural limit is a training limit. So if your training method has you capped out at year 3 of training, which the vast majority of people do that train naturally, that's not your natural limit, that's your training limit. You have to learn how to train properly. The memes that he's talking about, training twice a day, bro, lengthen partials, bro, really nailed the protein, bro, stretch-mediated hypertrophy. As far as I know, not a single one of the noble natties has ever talked about any of those being a difference maker. Ever. Training twice a day, no. There's no extra benefit you can, if that works for your schedule, that's fine, but the frequency as far as like the actual individual sessions has no impact on anything outside of schedule for the most part. Length and partials, wrong community, brother. Really nailed the protein. Come on, guys. The diet is extremely overrated as far as protein and muscle building goes. It's like, just eat your protein, you're fine. Nobody says that. I've never said that. Nobody in this community ever says that. The only time I would hold you back is like if you're doing something drastically wrong. Stretch mediated hypertrophy, again, that's the wrong community guy. Nobody talks about stretch mediated hypertrophy in the noble natties. It's just a straight up fact. Nobody ever says that. It's a complete straw man. He's making stuff up entirely. If anything, length and bias training is something that I promote a lot, which is not something he said. I've never promoted length and partials outside of very unique circumstances that, and I've even mentioned that's like a bit of like an icing on the cake. I've never mentioned length and partials will get you better gains or even as good of gains as full range of motion ever. So I don't know what he's saying by this. I just think he's wrong. Not only rationalize, also monetize. I don't get what the rationalize is directing towards. Oh yeah, this guy said Alex Leonidas isn't Natty. Come on, guys. Come on. He's documented everything for years. I'm not saying to just trust anybody, like, but I think you can trust Alex Leonidas. Not only rationalize, also monetize. Sign up for a copy of my routine for only dollars. Oh, if only Boost Camp was free. Click on my link for a discount code to whatever meaningless supplement. Who promotes supplements? Like who does in the Noble Natties? These are just fake. They're copy and pasting what normal fake natties do and just pasting them onto us, even though we don't do these things. I just have some serious doubts about this one because of his 18-inch arm series on YouTube. Oh, here we go. The man increased his arms by half an inch in only 3-ish months. He claims that training more stable exercises is what did this for him. That's part of it. I slave away at my arms. I'm 5'7" and 175 pounds, about 18% body fat. My arms seem stuck at 17 inches, and I'm smashing them with high volume almost every other day. Well, one, high volume probably isn't necessary, and training them every other day probably isn't necessary. And 3, buddy, you're 175 pounds. I'm sorry, but I got 30 pounds on you. My arms are 1 inch bigger. Like, 17-inch arms at 175 is sick. I'm not trying to put this guy down. That's awesome. 17 at 175 is sick. But let's be real. 175, and I'm 205. I'm only 2 inches. I'm 5'9". But yeah, I mean, that's a weight difference. I'm just a much bigger person than him, so of course my arms are going to be a little bigger. But this guy switches to more stable exercises and then goes from 17.5 to 18-inch arms by training twice a week. It just seems odd to me. What's wrong with twice a week is the sweet spot. This guy's stuck in 2017 with the whole frequency thing. It just seems odd to me. I was bulking. My arms weren't really advanced either. Like, I'm sorry, but going from intermediate to advanced isn't the same from going, like, I'm already advanced to going to, like, super advanced and, like, pro elite level. Like, going from intermediate to advanced, when you do things properly and know how training works like I do, it doesn't take that long. As you saw, it took me 6 months, and I gained weight. So that's part of it, too. Got one more plus here. He bulked during that series. He gained body fat with that half inch. So yes, sir, that's correct. Body fat increases measurements. He made, like, 5 videos about that. But I'm too blind to read, guys. He made like 5 videos talking about that, but how he compares his peak bulk measurements to what... Okay, I think he's just wording this incorrectly. Sorry, buddy. Peak bulk measurements to what they were at his last peak bulk, not when he was lean. Yeah. Yep, so there's various ways you can compare. So same body weight, same body fat percentage, arm to waist ratio. There's a bunch of different ways. I've talked about this before. Do you lose weight on gear if you want to? Some of these guys be a different level of lean. See, this is where I just don't understand Reddit. Like, what is this responding to? I really don't know. This seems completely out of context. So you're telling me you see this physique and think it's natty? Man, I myself wear glasses and I ain't so damn blind. Well, I am blind, and I do wear glasses. I'm incredibly blind. It's actually pretty bad. But if you don't think I'm natural, you're following the wrong people, and you're not training properly. I guarantee you that. You're in the wrong space. I think the big part that is throwing people off is the fact that he seems to have a higher body fat than most juiced individuals. Probably, at least on social media. And that he seems pretty knowledgeable about exercise, plus has been working out for a very long time. Yeah, thank you. Both of those are true. Plenty of people who take steroids don't care about being lean. Not everyone's objective is to look like they're going to compete in a bodybuilding competition. I've known plenty of people use gear, myself included, that aren't ever lean. It's crazy to think everyone who uses gear is lean. This isn't an attack on your comment, just thought I'd hop on your comment to contribute my 2 cents. When I first started running oral steroids, I didn't care about diet. I got fat as hell and lost 50 pounds later. Crazy. That's fair. I just mean that's a typical... I just mean that it's typical for them to have a low body fat percentage. He could very well not be natty with this physique, and plenty of strongman types who are higher body fat percentage and not natural either. Yeah, this is true. They're not talking about me. This is just a separate discussion. My arms were pushing 20 on Anadrol, and I looked like a human bratwurst. Hilarious. I could have posted that up and been told perfectly achievable natty with a solid bulk, bro. That seems like a little bit of a dig at the people defending my natural status, but I'm not going to put words in his mouth. He might be bulking. Higher body fat gives the mass. Might be bulking. Might be bulking. What are you talking about? Higher body fat gives the mass. When I was bulking, some people thought I was unsauced. Yeah, it's true. Bulking is underrated. Press X to doubt. All right. He might be one of the last natural influencers after Jeffrey Schofield joined the Juice Gang. Moreover, he's down to heart and makes good content. Thank you, but come on, guys. Jeff is natural. He doesn't look there's nothing about his physique that is, like, well beyond, in any fashion, just a regular top natty that competes in natural shows. He's a very high-level physique, but there's nothing in any part about his training, physique, anything, his progress even, that separates him from just a regular top natural guy. I'll defend that. And it's not... I've said this before, it's not just about, like, GVS is in our community, so I have to defend him at all costs. It's like, no, I'm defending the ability to reach an elite natural physique. If you look at any of those top guys that are natural, I've mentioned a couple guys before, like Richard Marks is an excellent example, Brian DaCosta, Adam Powell. Check these guys out. They're all, like, those guys all compete, and they're all basically the same look, bulk, and cut compared to what Jeff is. He's very similar to them. I think to an experienced eye, you can tell he's natural. GVS went to the dark side. He didn't. Don't let doomers on here swindle you into believing that 100 kg leanish is outlandish. Into believing that 100 kg leanish is outlandish and impossible for an elite natural. Absolutely. And especially if you're a little bit taller, too. Like, Jeff is... I think he's around 6 foot. Which, yeah... It's an extra, 7-10 pounds, whatever, for each inch you have on height. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of natty guys are a little bit on the shorter side. So, to have someone that is, like, bulked up a little bit and a little bit taller, yeah, can get you a little bit heavier. So, yeah, the body weight is kind of relative to your height, in my opinion. Like, look at Alex Leonidas. That guy's jacked, but since he's a little bit shorter, I think he's 5'6" or so, the overall body weight is going to be a little bit less. I know 100 kg lean is completely possible. I'm an amateur middleweight strongman. I walk around at about 215 relatively lean. I just don't watch Jeffrey's GVS content super frequently, so I didn't know he flipped the switch via announcement or what. I guess it's just more cope from this sub. Correct. Yes. Oh, yes, I was talking about cope from the original comment. There's absolutely nothing that indicates he roided apart from the he's too big now with impressive but still achievable stats. I guess you only realize it's achievable when you start getting somewhat close to it. Yes, he gets it. I'm 210 at 17% myself at almost 10 years ago. At almost 10 years younger than GVS. Yeah. I have no reason to think I wouldn't be able to put on 5 kilos of muscle in 10 years since I know for sure. I have so many things that I can improve at and still get consistent progress. Yeah, spot on. Go check yourself. You literally ballooned in the last year. Yeah. Going from intermediate to advanced, that's just how it works. His chest isn't really that good. I think this is in reference to me now, not Jeff. His chest isn't really that good. I think he could be natty. Those arms and back are pretty insane for a natty, though. Thank you. Fraud. Yeah, just no explanation, just fraud. All right. 50-50 TBH. Hey, Random, but were you able to help the baby bird? What? Looks like he tagged my Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, this guy sent it to me, too. I'm pretty sure I already clicked on that. That's natty. Yeah, thank you. Arms like guns, but probably natty. Thank you. No, natty is on a cycle in these photos. No, but he has at times in the past. This is so funny. Used chemicals to enhance his performance. Like, he just says that. There's no argument for it at all. He's just like, nope. He's used PEDs and chemicals. Oh boy. I try not to spend too much time on here. That guy looks like he could bend a house. Thank you. Edit, which is odd because most juiced up guys don't, and I think he's juicy. Oh boy. Look at the size of his calves. They are tiny. Upper body is huge, not natty. My calves are not great. They're not terrible, but they're not great. Upper body is huge, not natty. No, I'm like a... No. That's not right. Brother only trains arms. I just pose with my arms. I don't only train arms. I don't think he's natty. I'm sorry, but all these guys claiming they are natty have these crazy before and after pics are not natty. I am out. I don't know who this guy is, of course, but if he's on social media and making money off his physique or training, then he's juicy AF. Yeah, because integrity isn't a thing. And you just have to take gear to look impressive. There's no possible way there's an entire market of people that just want to learn how to train naturally because that's what's actually healthiest. And you can still get big naturally as long as you have a fraction of patience and critical thinking and intelligence. The crazy before and after pictures, whether you're natural or not, your before and after pictures are going to be crazy because you can have a terrible starting point. You can be super fat, you can be super skinny, but your starting point has very little relation to your actual potential. So that's a fraudulent argument, in my opinion. Looks like the kind of guy that goes into a mall and starts shooting. What? That is insane to say. That is not natural. NOT, all capitalized, even for America. Therefore, he has to be shooting roids too. Can't see any other way. That comment's all over the place. I'm smelling projection. Looks like a ripped version of Trump's shooter, LMAO. What is with this shooter stuff? Is it like the glasses or something? That's an insane comparison. I'm pretty sure Trump's shooter was an absolute pencil neck, too. I'm pretty sure he did have glasses, so people are just gonna say that stuff. I want to believe that he's natural. You should believe that I'm natural. Most definitely achievable, Natty. Thank you, Natty, I respect it. Thank you, Natty. There we go. Natty with a pump, Natty with a pump. Food and dumps, he's Natty with a pump. Whatever that means. How tall? 5'9". Big or shredded? Not both. I put him around 17 to 18% body fat. Well, it varies in the picture, so that's just, yeah, you can't really nail that down. So he's not shredded, but he is big and looks great. Thank you. Calling Natty, but 90% can't achieve this Natty. I'm going to correct you. 90% won't achieve this Natty, even if they can. Even at this body fat level, still, I'm thinking he just has great mesomorph genetics, zero fat storage on the chest. That's the dream. Well, it all goes to my stomach, so it doesn't really help that much. He's above 20%. Yeah, I was briefly for a couple months. I would say I'm probably right around 20% now. Short plus... Oh, hey, Chipmunk. What's up, buddy? Hanging out in the kayak? Short plus negative ape index plus pump and lighting natty. I feel like a boomer right now. I don't know what any of this means. What is negative ape index? Is that like... I don't even... Yeah, I'm not even going to bother. Triceps and biceps can look extremely thick, especially after workout. The biggest indicator usually is round side lateral. And staying extremely lean for a whole month without notable muscle loss. That's very random. Staying lean? I don't know. I don't know if I agree with this guy. Alright, this thing's not going to work. Maybe for good reason. Natty with like 5 years of training. Nothing really screams steroids, just good angles. You probably won't achieve this in 5 years. If you do everything right, you can. Absolutely. You could even surpass this within 5 years of training for sure. But yeah, for most people it'll take a little bit longer because you mess up your training a lot. And everybody does. I did too. Just good angles. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but these pictures came out fairly nice, I think. I bet he looks even bigger without those NHS specs. See, I don't even know what NHS means. I'm so out of touch with so many things, I feel like, especially like on the internet. Yeah, that's probably true, though. Batty. Natty, thank you. Are you dumb? No comments. 100% Natty, thank you. How's this a question? If this isn't Natty, what are we all working out for? Beautifully said. Beautifully said. That's perfect. We aren't. We're all cutting because when we try and get this big, we just get fat. Oh, guy, take your bulk a little slower. Be patient. Focus on your training primarily. You'll be good. Turkey Tom made a vid on this, but the iDubbbz liberal white guy with this hairstyle shit is annoying. As for Hom, I don't even know what Hom means, unless that's a typo. Is this Max Taylor? Probably. It's another bug. See ya. See ya. See ya. See ya. This iDubbbz, the liberal white guy with this hairstyle shit is annoying. Where are you getting that I'm a liberal? And where are you getting that... These cats all have mullets. I don't have a mullet. I have hockey flow. Juicer legs? Juicer legs. That's a crazy thing to say. My legs suck. They're strong, but they admittedly do suck. I don't think I have juicer legs. I think a juicer would be able to get big doing the power building stuff that I trained with for a while. I think when you're natural, you have to hit a close proximity to failure for every muscle group. I don't think a juicer would hit a 605, 455 deadlift and squat, rep out 5 plates on a true hack squat with the Cybex, rep out 4 plates on the real pendulum squat through Arsenal, not the Atlantis one that's much lighter. Rep out 8 plates on leg press with deep depth and still have small legs. Wasn't this the nerd that shot Trump? What is with this comparison? There's no way I look like this guy. That guy's an absolute pencil neck. That's most definitely achievable, Natty. People on here are stupid idiots. It's a hilarious way to say it, but yeah, I do agree. Idiot? Like, what? GTFO? What is this, guys? This is... Do I know you? What? Like, what? I appreciate my comment section after reading through all this stuff. Most of it, at least. Some of this is actually pretty entertaining. What is GOAT about this? It's a muscular dude who isn't that lean, flexing with a pump after a workout. Have y'all ever seen, like, any athletes before? Is it a son full of shit genetic dweebs who have never exercised in life until age 30? Oh, man. There's a lot of truth to that. There really is a lot of truth to that. A lot of the people that do have very low standards as far as like natural progress goes and natural bodybuilding goes, a lot of them have never exerted themselves physically. A lot of them have never played a sport and thrived in that sport or trained hard enough to become better at that said sport. And a lot of them just are very uncomfortable pushing themselves physically, especially enough to not only like challenge your physique, but like to actually build muscle. I feel bad for those people, and they're very stubborn, very much so stuck in their ways. Very intellectual people tend to be like that. No, that's not the right way to say it. Those types of people tend to all be a little bit more intellectual than physical, and they think that they're smart enough to understand what's possible naturally and what's not, purely based on their experience, with complete disregard to people that might be dumber than them but can endure much more physical pain and would absolutely mug them in anything physical. But the literal opposite. Hey, buddy, I'm the absolute GOAT. I'm the absolute GOAT. There's no question about it. Never seen that person in my life and don't care, so how could he be GOAT? Well, I've never watched... If someone's never watched Tom Brady play, then how can Tom Brady be the GOAT? And that's all. That was fun. I got a kick out of that. I hope you guys did too. That's pretty much all I got for today. Nothing too insightful in this one. If you guys have any questions or any comments on this debate, let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one.